Hi everybody, welcome back to a new video, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to fold this. Here is my newest design. It's called the A-10. It's a really realistic model. So it has the Gatling gun, but I was too lazy to shape it out. The color changed the cockpit, the tubes on front of the wings, like and tanks and engines, afterburner, or exhaust doors, whatever you like to call it. And like you can see in the video, it flies really well too. But it is a nosedive, so you gotta give the up elevator on the wings. This is one of my most detailed and complex models. But if your hardest plane is like a Predator, I guess you can maybe try it, but like you need to be familiar with a base, which is used in some of Jason Mero's planes, like his F-35, his J-20, and his Su-57. So yeah, this is a fairly complex model though, but I would say it's a bit easier than this J-20. So if you folded this J-20, then like you can fold this. And if I didn't say this already, like you could see, it flies very well. But with that out of the way, let's get it folding. You'll need a square sheet of paper for this model. But I don't really prefer printer paper. Like, it's kind of thick. But guess what I used? Printer paper. Literally. But like, it's going to be a little bit challenging to use printer paper. But yeah. First, you're going to fold the diagonals. If you think I'm going too slow, then speed up the video, or slow down the video if I'm going too fast. Or you can pause it, and just please consider subscribing. Just please, alright? And then you want to fold it in half the other directions. I might not teach as clearly as in some of my other videos. Well, that's because you guys, if you are actually going to fold this plane, and you actually can fold this plane, you should be familiar with lots of steps. So, like, I don't need to explain them that clearly. Try to get something thinner than printer paper. Like maybe double tissue or something. Fold it from that point to this point. It's important that you get it precise. I always get this part like really unprecise, so I need to fix it every time. Just to tell you, this base is like really useful on your planes. You can basically fold any kind of fighter jet out of this base, but it's really useful, but at the same time it's really challenging to fold. Like 70% of this plane is the base, literally, maybe 80. So yeah, for this point to we have this crease, and then that point, that edge to that intersection, like that. Then you can kind of open this up so it's like this, and then you want wait 1 second. Oh yeah, sorry about the confusion, but now you're going to fold this over. This isn't actually how you fold the base, but like it's the same thing because kind of did a step wrong, but it's the same thing. So we're going to fold this point to the intersection between this crease and this edge. Then you can unfold all of this, and we can fold it in half along the existing crease that we've made. So it looks like this. Now you're going to fold this to this way. Before that, you're gonna make sure these hips are aligned. If they aren't, then you gotta fix it so they are. Like mine wasn't. So I just had to fix it. I'm not that good at making precise folds, but like at the end, like where you get like some really tiny folding, like that's the part I'm good at. Then you want to fold this point to this point, like that. Then you may flip it over, fold this down, so it's from this point to this point. This point to this point. Like that. Then you can flip it over, unfold this, and fold this down. Sorry about that. That was a little bit off camera, my friend. Let me keep this plane on. Oh, this is way too close. Zoom down a bit. So after that, you can just flip it over. You just make it like this, and then now you want to fold. I'll first do this, then I'll explain exactly what I've just done. Alright, so the references is we want to fold from this point to this crease where and on this edge. And another reference that I mainly this is how I mainly remember it. It's so this edge is aligned with this edge. Yeah. So after that you can unfold it and fold this edge to this edge. So after that, you may unfold. Then we have this crease right here that we just folded. Be careful, it's not this, it's this. You want to fold along that, and then we can squash it down, just like that. Alright, so crease it shortly. Misaligned yet again. It's misaligned. Of course it is. Then you want to fold this as high as it can go. And we should be finished with the base if it's just like a normal base, which is on like Predator or something. But we're not, because 70% of this plane is the base. Yeah, just like what I said. Then we still have this crease. We want to inside reverse fold it by folding this in and folding that out. Also, I might not be the best at explaining, and like use Alex and Jason Mayo both have tutorials which you can follow to float to space. So like maybe you can just go into their videos and Eddie make corn syrup. Like they all do so. But you don't really know where to stop. So for you to watch my video though. Because there is some differences. Like the cockpit. Like when you for I just got a suggestion for the cockpit, like, but we're not here yet. Fold this over now. Wait, no, don't do that yet. We're gonna flip it over, fold one of these layers over. And then you kind of want to switch wash just by pushing down on it. Just pushing down. Then you kind of want to just lay it flat. So next you want to flip it over. Unfold this. Fold this over and unfold this. Then you want to fold this flap down. Then you want to fold it back up, but sometimes these 2 points tailor. But you want to fold it up to make sure they don't tailor right now, because if they don't tailor right now, but when you get to the end of the tutorial, when we're just about to make the jet fold and it tailors, that's the worst thing. So you want to make sure that it won't tailor right now. So yeah. Also, you can make this plane have landing gears, but like that's going to be technically a display model, not a flight variant. Because then you will need to sacrifice the little machine, the Gallon tank over here, by folding it down and making it a landing gear. And then we have these like layers inside of this, which we put inside. Yeah, we can turn those into landing gears too. So like, just telling you. I'm going to show you how to make landing gears. Well, you might can't. You maybe can't, but like I've never tried it. You want to fold this back up and fold these back up. But then you kind of want to like fold this down. This is what I like to do, but you're really going to fold this along that crease. What I like to do is I like to just kind of grab onto these and bend it. Just kind of bend it, not creasing it. But like kind of creasing it, but like then we can kind of move it up a little bit maybe. So it's right on it. Also this part, surprisingly, this part will become like this part, the tubes. Yeah, now you can fold this over. Now you can open this up kind of and technically just fold it. But you don't want to do it just yet because you first need to pull out this layer. Make sure it goes to a tip over here. Because that's pretty important for the wings. The tip over here. Then you want to fold this back down. Then you want to fold this up as high as it can go. Making sure that this tip is in line with the center. Just like that. Then fold this over. Fold this up as well. In the unfolding. folding it over like it stands up straight. Then let me first do this. What I did was I landed this point on this point, kind of just folding it over. Then you want to flatten this out like this. Yeah, and we're still not done with the base yet. So right now, this is already longer than one of my videos. My Thunderbolt missile, which is I probably posted it like a long time ago, like maybe 1 or 2 months ago, I guess. Maybe 3. 2 or 3. Yeah. So after that, we can fold this down. Kind of fold this over and folding that over. Then you want to fold this down. Going to be sinking that layer over soon, but not yet, because then we can kind of pull on this, pull on that too. Because then we're going to squash down this little thing by pushing on this, but we're going to make it easier by opening this up, sticking your finger in that little part. Then it's kind of opened up. Then we can kind of push on that. And then we can kind of just push the whole thing down to collapse it. Like that. Then you want to fold this down again. Then you should notice this part that was squashed, which now it's different since we just squashed it. Yeah, so next up, you're going to sink it by opening it up, opening up this, and then you kind of, here's a closed sink. You want to do a closed sink. You want to push on this point. Just push it in. And then make these creases all mountains. And then make sure this part is like this. And then we can just close it. Like that. That was one of the many sinks that we're about to do in this tutorial. Well, not doing a lot of sinks, but like, yeah. These are going to become your wings. So, yeah. After that, you cannot. Guess we just flipped over. What's this? Yeah, first we want to fold this down. Flip it over, then fold it like this. And then this edge, first we like this. Then you want to land this edge on this edge by folding it like this. Lining up each point. People say you don't want to crease this part too sharply. I like to crease it, do the opposite of it, just creasing it really sharply so the tip will stay in place. I don't get to use it. Like they say it will tear or something. Well, like, look, is it ripping? No. So like, yeah. And the same thing over here. Just folding it in half. We're going to be preliminary folding this. So, yeah. Used to think when we're done with the preliminary fold, then that's the base, but like, that's not the base. You still a long way to go. Then you want to fold this down. So this crease is with this crease, aka the center crease right now. We want this crease to land on this edge and crease. It's an edge and a crease. Then you want to crease it down. After that, we can open it up. Same thing over here. This crease to the center crease. And we want this crease to this edge and crease. That. Then we can open it up. So now we have these creases. We just want to fold on them at the same time and open up this pocket and squash. That's a preliminary fold. Like you can see, this tip might be getting a little bit thick, but we can provide tearing like this tip. This tip that didn't really tailor very much. Why it's kind of soft and then it's like bad. It's because I flew it way too many times. Yeah, flew it a lot of times. So, I mean, this plane is pretty fun to fly. Then we can open up this pocket and squash fold this. And we're still not done with the base. Yeah. I'll tell you when we're done with the base, which is like really long. This base is a pain to fold. Swivel this. Yeah, then we want to swivel this. So we'll leave on that tip. Then we want to open it up and then mountain fold this. So it's like this. Then you may fold this edge to this edge. Then you can kind of swivel out this, but don't do it just yet, because we're only going to crease it to that part with this edge and yeah, that crease, I mean. Then we kind of want to lay it flat. This part will become the cockpit. Same thing over here. Squash folding this over. And swiveling that. Then we can mountain fold it. Fold this over. And swivel that out. But since we already have this edge over, we can just crease it all the way. Then we can kind of put this, kind of pull this down. Wait, one second. I sometimes like to unfold this until it's like this, then kind of crease it. But like, you guys don't need to do this. But I already have this. Well, that's only a problem because I'm using printer paper. Yay. If you're also using printer paper, you'll probably need some tape on the nose. I guess I wasn't that lucky and then my nose is getting kind of destroyed. Fold this up. Fold this to the intersection between these two creases. We're folding the cockpit right now, but like I like to save some. You'll see. I'm gonna fold this over. Then you want to open this up, pull out the trap paper. You know what? I'm not really going to explain the cockpit because like you guys should know this cockpit if you're already this experienced in Origami to fold this model. Pedal fold, squash fold. Well, you don't want to fold the corners in yet because we're going to do something different. But like, for the people who like to fold these kind of cockpits and like chase some aeroplanes, and then your cockpit gets really destroyed. Well, that's really bad, first of all. So to provide that, we're going to like save those steps for last. We're just going to leave it like this for now. Also, this cockpit's going to turn out really tiny, but there's like a strategy to make it like look a bit bigger, but like at least to me. Well, that's this cockpit strategy. Well, kind of just makes it, well, like the size is actually the same, but it just looks bigger. Yeah, you want to pull on this and then, wait, not yet. You're going to open this up and then fold this over so it catches right over here. Just like to do a little pinch, then we can flip it over and make sure it matches, then make some pinches over here on the two sides. Then we can crease it. Then we can kind of go like this and pull on it, fold this over. Then we just made this new valley crease. We want to reverse it into a mountain. And then make sure this edge is with this edge. Same with the other side. Making sure it lands. Yeah, so now we can pull these out like this. Sounds like something's ripping, but really much nothing is. Let's zoom in a little bit. Stop shaking. Since now my paper's smaller, I can zoom in a little bit. Same thing over here. Then you want to actually open this. I'm going to do it with this. We want to open this up, push on this point, push on that point, then fold it down. And it could look like this. But we're not going to do it over here. We're actually going to fold this up. Then we're going to fold this 1/3 of the way through. I like to leave a little bit less of 1/3 of the way through. But this, we want it like a little bit more than 1/3 of the way through. And we're going to be tucking this inside of this. That's like the really iconic locking mechanism, but like it doesn't really work. Like you can see on basically all the planes with that lock tape on the F-35, tape on the J20 and tape on the A-10 that I designed. And also tape on the SU-57. Well, don't have a good model right now. Well, I bet it's on my desk, but like, yeah, I'm not getting it. So now you can kind of open this up and tuck this in. Wait, it just has to be aligned. So you want to tuck that in. Same thing on the other side. Well, I like this cockpit method. Well, to me, it's really good for realistic models because like it makes this part be thicker, and then like it makes it kind of curve, especially on the F-35. It's realistic because like it usually has like stuff on top of it, like pad ones or something, or like that technically replicates it. Maybe I'm just overthinking it or something, but like, that's what I like to think. We're still not done with the base, but we're close to finishing the base. These are the wings, and these are the real wings. And then a layer inside of the model is going to be the tubey looking things. Like the intakes and after things. Just to tell you. So we're going to pull out the trap paper to make the tubey things on top of the wings, like the intakes / shaft corners. So we're going to fold this over on the latest fat. We're going to fold this over like this. You want to crease as much as you can, but don't crease down this. Then here's a really tricky step. I might do it off frame, but I will do my best to do it in camera. I'm going to open this up. Also, you kind of want to open up that too. Well, like, no, not that. Just sort of opening up noise. So, like, fighters do. And then you kind of want to tuck on this to make it a mountain. Then you want to make it all the way to this tip, like that. And then here's the time we want to like crease it really sharply. Then you're gonna want to open this up. There's this little flap that you actually want to grab onto, which is a bit difficult. Then you want to pull on it and pull it out. But you don't want to just put it like this. You want it like that. Then you want to flatten everything out like this. And here's the layer that I said was like inside of the model that we want to pull out. Yeah. So, yes, what we're going to do next, do the same thing on the other side. Yeah, that really painful step. Opening this up. Folding on, like, something looks wrong. Folding around this. Folding it. Mountain folding that. And continue doing the mountain fold to the tip. Crease it sharply. Then pull out this layer. And I'm going to make sure the tips are nice and clean. Because if they're not, then your model's not going to look as beautiful as I guess it should. Especially this tip, it's pretty important. Well, we are going to inside reverse fold it, but like, still want it clean. Like you can see mine kind of tailored over here. But yeah. And we only got like a couple more steps until we finish the base. And I just noticed we already did 35 minutes of folding the base. Yeah. So next up, you want to kind of hold on to this and tuck it underneath that layer. I like to do it like on this side first. That's what I like to do. But I need some alignments to make it aligned. Yeah, good enough. Then you can flip it over, fold this over. Then we have this thing that we want to spread squash it. So we want to keep this layer here, keep the layer, this layer over there. And you won't want to lie flat. You kind of want to push on the spine. Or just push on it. Make sure it goes all the way to the tip. Well, you guys can't really see it, but you can place your finger in it to feel it. And you can flatten it out. Then we can kind of fold this over. And we want to kind of fold this over so that we have this little flap that we can tuck this in. And yeah, we still have to do the same thing on the other side to complete the base. Tuck this in. Spread squash this. And then fold this kind of like side to side. And fold this in. And then you can kind of make your paper look like this. And congrats, you've just completed the very complex base. Well, it's pretty complex. Well, if you've made it this far in the tutorial, you'll probably have a good time folding this plane. So, yeah. Probably nothing's going to really bother you and stop you. Nothing's going to block your path. Because, yeah. That was, folding the base is literally the trickiest couple of steps. So, let's move on. So now we want to fold it up, but so this tip is on this tip. This tip is going to be the turret. I mean, what's it called again? The Gallon tank. Gallon tank. You kind of want to, what? Yeah. And you kind of want to fold it up again. Well, if you want landing gears, then like you can kind of like swivel this out, I guess. Maybe not. Wait 1 second. Yeah, so then you want to fold this up. So it's a bit in front of this little triangle peeking out. So the triangle can peek out a little tiny bit. Reverse fold that. This side looks wrong. Guess you can't make a. Wait, not yet. Don't. Wait. Yeah, don't do that yet. Because we're going to fold. Wait, no. Do that. Okay. That's all my fault. Then you kind of want to swivel this into the center. Then you kind of want to swivel this out. And swivel this out. So it's like this. Just like this. This we're going to go like this. And then open this up kind of and then pull so it's 3D. But not right now because we're still making it skinnier. But now since you've done it on the other side, which mine turned out really bad on this side, which is bad. Yeah, it's not good. Which then you can kind of pull on this. Put it a bit over, I guess. I have to fold it over a bit too much. If you fold it over like a little bit too much, then like model might turn out like not so great. Like at least the wing shape. Yeah, like your real wings in the two things, like on top of the wings and kink engines, like that thing's going to turn out good. Probably. Hold this side to side. We're going to be kind of like shaping this out later when we after we jet fold it. So it kind of looks like this, I guess. Like, but that's just for later. Well, we first want to fold it to one side. So after that, I guess we can fold this over and squash fold it. The levers may be really thick, so yeah. Same thing over here, I just squash folding it. And the next step is really important if you want to fly this model. You want to tuck this inside of here. And same thing over here, just tucking this in. Because if you don't do it, then it's going to flop out like this. And when you fly, it's going to go like this. And then like you can see here, it's going to get a lot of down elevator, which is going to make it nose heavy. No, it's not going to make it nose heavy. It's going to make it look nose heavy. Yeah. Then we can fold the wingtips in like this. So it's equal. So it's parallel to the center at least. And so it ends on this point. We don't need this point because when there's a small edge, I remember like it actually has it. So yeah, on the inside of the rolls fold it, then crease it really sharply. Same thing over here. You don't really need to book match it or anything because it's going to turn out the same anyways. It's really hard to make them look different when you have steps done correctly. But when you don't, it's really hard to make it like good. So like, yeah. If you can see, we're going to be curling this up into the intakes and engines. Like later on. So that's basically the front wings done. I guess we can work on the rear wings a little bit. So we want to fold from that point, like, we want to fold a bit past this. Well, we have this little edge over here. This little edge. We want to fold along that, I guess. Yes, that's really much the reference. Same thing over here. I guess you can book match this. I mean, you don't have to. The model is so thick. Then unfold it. You can see this is a valley you want to reverse it so it's mounted. Because if we kept it like this, then this would be like underneath it, which is not good. Like the tube thing would be underneath this, which we wanted on top. So that means we gotta do mountain fold that. Yeah, then you can do the same thing, just mountain folding it, reverse folding it, mountain fold, reverse folding. Same thing in this situation. Now you can open this up, fold this in to lock together just to lock the back tail fins. No, the back wing fin, the rear wings. How did I forget the name? Say it all the time. Oh, like that. So then we can fold this kind of in. You can fold this kind of in. And tuck this underneath it. The same thing over here. Kind of tucking this in. So now we have these edges, we want to fold along that. Fold this. Not inside of force folding it, that will become like these little things. Same thing over here. Just folding it up. Let's leave it flat for now. So I guess we're almost ready to jet fold. Just gotta fold the cockpit. So you can just actually fold this into the middle like this, kind of, and then you want to do the same thing onto the other side of the cockpit. I'm not really going to explain this side of the cockpit, not gonna lie, because like it's so hard to see and it's so hard to teach you guys. And then you can just leave your cockpit like that if you want to. Or you can kind of just like carve in this tip to make it look round. But I'm just going to leave it like this. Now I'm actually going to carve in the cockpit just so you guys can see. Just going to make it round, just curving in the tip. And then the sides a little bit, I guess. Like that. Yeah, before the jet fold, you also want to inside tuck these in. But you might not want it to go all the way to the tip since it's so thick over there. You probably want to leave a little gap. Well, we do this on like every plane that has the space, I guess. Also, if you don't want the machine gun, you can actually just fold this down. Then you can do the same thing on the J20 and stuff. Just folding this out and folding this back in. Just check out the tutorial for the J20 and stuff. On like used Alex, Jason Yellow. Just check out like those, just the bottom portion of the fuselage. So now we can jet fold, which we first want to kind of fold from this point to this point. Kind of just bending it. It's going to be extremely hard to do this if you're using printer paper, but since I've folded like these kind of planes so many times, it's not even that difficult for me. But like the locking mechanism doesn't really work, so like I'm going to use tape for this one too. But I'm going to show you guys what the locking mechanism does and how to use it. But like, I'm not using it. I'm just using my tape. See, just my tape. And so after that, you kind of fold it in. So how it works is you want to fold, the lock works is you want to fold this little flap, and then you want to open up this little pocket, and then you want to tuck it inside of that pocket. You want to tuck it inside of that pocket, and somehow it's supposed to lock together. Well, that's like a really iconic lock that like everyone uses, I guess. And boom, it falls apart. So that's why I think tape is useful for this. Then you can kind of, so you can just kind of use tape over here. I'm just going to hold it together for now. Then you want to kind of fold this down and fold it side to side. So that's like how I like to fold the wings on like these styled like fudges. Like that's like has really thick. You know what? I'm going to use my tape. Be back in a second. You can kind of use your tape on this. It's so hard to get it off, especially on this kind of tape. I mean, like, yeah, hurts to get away better. Really use tape. So then we can, guess we can find a pencil, tiny. Stick it in there so you can round it out. That pencil is too tiny for me to write with. So now I use it to round out my endings and the engines on my planes. And you know, it's really sus. It doesn't have an eraser on the back. Just want to kind of shape it out and try to make it as round as possible. Like, this is pretty good for me. Oh, I didn't do that good of a job on this one, though. Like, didn't do a good job. Then you can also round out the other one. Like that, just to round it out. Just doing some things that I like to do, which requires pulling that in front. And then we can kind of shape this out by rounding out just 3 little holes, like you can see. But like, I'm not doing that, too lazy. But keep on shaping until you're satisfied. And yeah, I guess that's the A-10. This was a really long tutorial. I guess like 50 minutes, a bit more than 50 minutes. Well, let's keep shaping until you're satisfied. And this was a really complex model, so if you fold it all the way here, then great job. Give yourself a pat on your back. And again, please consider subscribing. Alright, so yeah. If this plane is a heavy nosedive, then just don't bend up this. You want to bend up this. So just hope you enjoyed this tutorial and hope you enjoyed my A-10. And just have a nice day and good luck flying the plane. Bye. Catch you on the next one. And thanks for watching. Yeah. So bye. Catch you on the next one.